season, there's been an influx of generic anime, but summer 2025 is different. This season will feature many highly anticipated adaptations you've been waiting for, as well as the return of hit anime like Dandadan. We've got one mystery anime coming where an alien secretly replaces the protagonist's friend, and another dark fantasy anime where the protagonist can make weapons out of blood. There's something in it for everyone this season, and here's the ultimate compilation of anime you need to bookmark right now. Number 10. Togen Anki. For summer 2025 to be good, we need a dark fantasy anime, and luckily, we're getting exactly what we want. Togen Anki is an intense action anime that takes place in a world where people can manipulate blood, but there are also two opposing types of humans. The first type has Oni blood, and they cause chaos, while the individuals with Momotaro blood are responsible for protecting the world from Oni individuals who go berserk. Togen Anki's protagonist, Shiki, has the classic Oni symptoms of recklessness. Soon, his antics land him in trouble with the Momotaro, and Shiki's foster father sacrifices himself to protect him. Obsessed with revenge, Shiki enrolls in Retsu Academy, and this is where the story takes off. Retsu Academy is a hellish training experience, and anything goes, regardless of whether it's peers fighting against each other or their mentors. Togen Anki will be filled with violence and blood. It's not going to pull any punches when it comes to the animation or story, so it's the perfect anime to satisfy your dark urges this summer. Number 9. Lord of Mysteries. After committing seppuku, Zou Mingure is reincarnated as the Beyonder, Klein Moretti. His new reality is inspired by the Victorian era. It's filled with steampunk machines, air balloons, weird contraptions, as well as supernatural elements like curses, potions, and hexes. Reincarnation was the last thing Zou expected when offing himself, but his death is later revealed to be a setup. Now as Klein, Zou accesses his abilities as a Beyonder by being able to attain the powers of creatures upon drinking potions. Using them, Klein sets up a cult, climbs the hierarchy of Beyonders, and figures out the people responsible for his circumstances. Lord of Mysteries is a unique and bizarre story. It recreates the Victorian era vibe masterfully, and is memorable because of that. However, its perplexing mystery, stunning animation, and cast of eccentric characters are why all eyes should be on it. Number 8. The Summer Hikaru Died. The Summer Hikaru Died is a hyped-up mystery anime that is ironically also arriving in summer. In rural Japan, childhood friends Yoshiki and Hikaru are inseparable, but ever since Hikaru went missing and returned, he's been acting strange. Naturally, Yoshiki suspects this is not the real Hikaru, but an imposter. His suspicions are proven right when he confronts Hikaru, and a monster pops up. The monster threatens to kill Yoshiki if he blows his cover, and this puts Yoshiki in a tricky situation. It turns out that alien beings known as Eldritch have infested the village, and Eldritch hunters are now on their tail to kill them. At the same time, other strange occurrences start happening in the village, and everyone's lives start to change forever. Number 7. Sakamoto Days Part 2. Sakamoto Days was the biggest comedic surprise of 2025. It stole the show from the winter 2025 anime, but then went on hiatus during spring, and is now going to return with Part 2 in summer 2025 in July. The story picks back up right after Shin's encounter with Slur. Slur's scheming forces Sakamoto and Shin to infiltrate the Japan Clear Creation Assassin Academy, but first, both of them will have to pass an exam. There's about 3 to 4 episodes worth of hilarious comedy in that arc, and later, when Sakamoto opens up to Shin about his past life as a hitman, we'll get to see some super satisfying action. If you've watched Part 1, you probably don't need a reason to convince you to watch Part 2, but if you haven't, then Sakamoto's witty remarks and unpredictable fighting approach will sway you into doing so. Number 6. Secrets of the Silent Witch. Monica Everett is a genius witch who can cast spells silently. After defeating the legendary Black Dragon, Monica is dubbed the strongest mage alive. Her next task is to guard the second prince, but that's a nightmare come true for her. The thing is, Monica is actually super duper shy. The only reason she casts magic silently is to avoid speaking in public. She's also terrified of public gatherings, and protecting the second prince means going to hundreds of those. Monica's more afraid of hanging out with friends than a dragon. Secrets of the Silent Witch is a funny tale about a mage with absolutely zero social skills. From all the anime arriving in summer 2025, it's the one that will make you laugh out loud the most. Each episode will be packed with an epic moment or two, followed by endless comical scenes of Monica groveling not to go meet new people. Number 5. Gachiakuta. Rudo and his foster father live on the outskirts of a dystopian society where they are the lowest in the hierarchy. A series of unfortunate events lead to Rudo being framed for his foster father's murder. Of course, no one believes Rudo because of his low social standing. Instead, he's found guilty and thrown into the abyss, a never-ending pit where murderers and trash of all sorts are thrown. It's also the place where his real father was thrown in. When Rudo awakens, he's attacked by monsters made out of trash. A cleaner named Engine saves Rudo, helps him awaken his powers, and then recruits him as a cleaner. Rudo accepts the offer since that means he'll eventually find his way back to the world above and exact his revenge. People love Gachiakuta's manga, praising it for its intense action and dark fantasy story. Now with the anime adaptation arriving this summer, you just shouldn't sleep on it. Number 4. Dandadan Season 2. After that cliffhanger final episode, Dandadan Season 2 will pick things back up as Okarun and the gang try to solve the haunted house's mystery. It only gets weirder as Okarun and Gigi realize this isn't going to be any normal exorcism. The haunted house is actually possessed by a super powerful spirit like Turbo Granny, and after Okarun and Gigi fight the spirit, things don't go according to plan, and Gigi ends up unlocking a transformation like Okarun's Turbo Granny mode. Dandadan Season 2 will be stranger, wittier, spine-chilling, and more hilarious than Season 1 in every way. It'll be loaded with tons of Momo shy moments, Okarun's signature awkwardness, and Gigi's constant flop attempts at being cool. Number 3. Hell Teacher Nube. Also arriving this summer is Hell Teacher Nube, an anime about a homeroom teacher with demonic superpowers who helps students in a town plagued by spirits. Spirits threaten Noob students every episode, and every episode he has to figure out new ways of saving them. This includes sometimes bargaining with the entity responsible, doing what they wish, or beating the heck out of them. The Hell Teacher manga has already been adapted once. It ran in the 90s from 1996 to 1997, so the 2025 version is a reboot. It will be a faithful adaptation of the story, but with new, stunning animation for modern viewers. Hell Teacher Nube will be a massive treat for fans of episodic adventure horror anime. Number 2, picked up by an S-rank adventurer, the White Mage. The healer Lloyd is kicked out of the party by his leader, Alan. The truth is, Alan's an incompetent prick who has been taking advantage of Lloyd, but since Lloyd's very dull, he hasn't ever complained. But now things have changed. Lloyd's on his own and the situation is dire, but then Lady Luck strikes and Lloyd is recruited by an S-rank party member to serve as their healer. During quests, the S-rank party figures out Lloyd isn't just any ordinary healer. There's something strange about how his powers work. With the help of Lloyd, the S-rank party runs through quests, and stories of Lloyd's success begin to reach the townsfolk. On the other hand, Alan has destroyed his party and is furious at Lloyd. Picked up by an S-rank adventurer, the White Mage is a light-hearted fantasy anime. The mini-quests of Lloyd are at the center, while the hearty supporting characters help carry the story. If you're looking for a good fantasy flick this summer, you can't go wrong waiting for Picked Up by an S-rank adventurer. Number 1. Kaiju No.8 Season 2. Kaiju No.8 is also returning this summer with another season. Kafka's cover was blown at the end of Season 1, and now we're going to see its aftermath. The new season will be more mature, focusing on undertones like how the defense force treats Kafka after learning his secrets. Then the season will lean into the creation of kaiju weapons, and later in the compatibility arc, Defense Force members will be assigned their own kaiju arms. Of course, Season 2 won't have any shortage of fight scenes either. Kaiju No.8 will launch a nationwide assault on Japan, forcing the Defense Force and Kafka to respond in kind. Kaiju No.8 Season 2 is going to be more mature, but it goes without saying it'll be action-packed with epic animation and last you the whole summer.